please make your way down to the lower deck forward gangway area at this time. This boat, folks, will be leaving here at 1 o'clock for Ellis Island. Ellis Island is our second stop. That's the old Immigration Center, now a National Museum of Immigration. That's Ellis Island, our second stop. Your ticket was good for both places. If you plan on visiting both islands, visit here first at the statue. Then catch any one of our later boats going over to Ellis. They'll be leaving this one at 1 o'clock, then 1:45, 2:30, 3:15, and the final boat at 3:45, going from here at the statue to Ellis Island. Then boats go from Ellis directly back to New York. Statue first, then Ellis Island, then New York. If you only wish to visit at Ellis Island, you can stay on the boat. However, if you are indeed getting off to visit here at Liberty Island, please make your way down there at this time.
Där i alla fall. Wow. Kolla, man ser det. Den här är med. Jag trodde man skulle få en cellhav. Vänta. Åh, det är cellhav och cellhavsvin här.
Det känns väldigt nice.
Åh, är det 6 juli. Det är deras nationaldag. Kom ut nu, Karo. Åh, vad härligt.
Man såg den.
Ska jag också ut?
Passen. Så diffus. Det blir... Det är så. Nu dan wel door de deur worden van vereniging. Ja. Dat is een soort pensioen is dat. Ja.
Ja, det är det ju. Alltid när man är på en tänker man att det här ska jag fortsätta göra. Ja, det är det jag aldrig säger.
Kom tjejer.
あるな。壊れてるでしょ多分。いやわかんない。でも今は壊れてる。Did she really?
Por parte de
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be anything. I don't know why you would drive. There's 3 people that I work with.
How cold is it outside?
It's like maybe like 5 degrees more than it is downstairs. It's not too much different. It might be a little bit windier on some sides of it. At least pretty clear. Pretty decent day, fair day.
So you can...
Probably like 40 miles maybe. You can exit on the other side, folks. Watch your step. Enjoy your visit.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy. Si quieres subir más, te puedes Gracias.
Of 5 boroughs: the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and of course, magnificent Manhattan. In the year 1626, Governor Peter Minuet purchased Manhattan Island from the Canarsie Indians for $24 worth of beads and trinkets. Locals sometimes cite this transaction as the last real estate bargain in New York. The Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Williamsburg bridges above the East River connect Manhattan to the other boroughs. The Brooklyn is the oldest of these bridges. Completed in 1883, it was the highest bridge of the 19th century. As Manhattan grew into world-class status, various buildings grabbed their moments of glory as the tallest structures in the city. The Woolworth Building was among the first to emerge in 1913. King of the five and dime stores, Frank Woolworth used his own fortune to build the 60-story structure. The Chrysler Building, further north in Midtown, offers one of the finest examples of Art Deco design. When constructed during the Great Depression in 1930, it became the world's tallest building, thanks to its 197-foot spire that was secretly hauled to the top under the guise of darkness just an hour and a half before its official completion. As a result, coming up just short was the Bank of Manhattan building, now known as 40 Wall Street, and a major fixture in the financial district. Its Gothic Revival Green Pyramid remains one of the most recognizable landmarks on the city skyline. The legendary Empire State Building, 102 stories high, became the tallest skyscraper in 1931, an honor it held for 40 years. The 1,250-foot structure was built in record time, more than 4 floors per week. In 1945, a B-25 bomber mysteriously crashed into the building, adding a new twist to the phrase, making a hit on Broadway. Today, the honor of New York's tallest building belongs to the spectacular Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. The 110-story towers, 1,350 feet tall, are the highest points in the city. On a clear day, from the observation deck, you can even see the curvature of the Earth. In 1974, French tightrope walker Philippe Petit crossed the gap between the towers on a high wire without a safety net. But most of the city's great entertainment events take place at the world-famous Madison Square Garden in Penn Plaza. The garden, home to basketball, hockey, circuses, and more, has actually been built and rebuilt 4 times since 1879, but has virtually never been closed. One of New York City's most famous structures is actually located on international territory. The United Nations headquarters covers more than 15 acres along the bank of the East River. Multicolored flags of the 180 member nations mark the boundary of the land. New York is truly one of the world's great cities, a place of bridges and buildings, madness and miracles. Whether atop the World Trade Center or window shopping on Fifth Avenue, you can feel the energy of New York City, and you can be sure that you'll remember it forever. In just a few moments, you will see New York like you've never seen it before. We invite you to continue your journey now and experience Manhattan Magic. For those of you who are in a pre-show area,
welcome indeed to the world's most magical city. We've been cleared for a spectacular journey over Manhattan, so hold on and feel the pulse of this wondrous place. A quick wave or a friendly wink to the famous Lady of Liberty, symbolizing the strength and diversity of an entire nation. And now we're over the former immigration port of Ellis Island. Oh look, it's the Staten Island Ferry, on course with us for that world of poets and planners, dreamers and schemers. Manhattan, an island of just 23 square miles, but filled with the energy of 15 million people. New York City emerges before us, its awesome skyline a tribute to its imagination. Among this maze of tall buildings lies the financial capital of the universe, Wall Street, the world's largest gambling den. If you look closely, you might see a stock dropping. Coming up on the Brooklyn Bridge. It looks like we're going to pass under. Oh, careful with that rotor! Oh. The Manhattan Bridge, signaling our entrance into Midtown. Is concrete and commerce, noisy streets and quiet havens. And of course, it's Washington Square below us. Now let's buzz the rooftops for another perspective. Dropping in on Park Avenue, the land of fashionable elegance. Sorry, no time to stay, but if you're catching a train at Grand Central Station, now's the time to jump. Of all Manhattan's buildings, the magnificently ornate Chrysler Building has a special place, one of the world's greatest examples of Art Deco design. Of all Manhattan's buildings, the magnificently ornate Chrysler Building has a special place, one of the world's greatest examples of Art Deco design. Now it's time to relax, to spend a few moments in Central Park. 844 acres of sloping meadows, winding paths, the Bethesda Fountain, across lakes and an oasis of green where New Yorkers come to play. Oh, watch out! Ah, New York at night, the city that never sleeps. As we pass the World Trade Center, we begin trekking north, up Fifth Avenue, where anything seems possible in the evening, when stars and lights and dreams mingle in this urban wonderland. Every inch of the city comes to life. And nothing's quite so lively as Times Square. Grab a dinner, catch a Broadway show, take the ultimate thrill ride, a New York cab, and feel the essence of the city. Now, let your mind travel once more above the din, above even the majestic Empire State Building. Night after night, day after day, New York City is an ever-changing experience, unlike any other place on Earth. Now, as the Queen Elizabeth II sets out from the port of New York, New Jersey, to cross the pond once more, it's time for us to head home as well. Continuing down the Hudson, to the Financial Center, and the landmark Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, we scale the canyons of the city to the top of the world. Manhattan and the boroughs of New York spread before us, calling us to explore and discover. We invite you to see New York up close and to take the experience of this legendary city with you forever.
Minolta and the top of the world thank you for allowing us to share this unique experience with you. Please unfasten your
Carol can. You can do panoramic when you're looking at it.
trucs, des griffures, des machins. Non, j'exagère pas, c'est bien. Margit,